Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Madhvi and today we are talking about something every parent of a toddler sees every single week. Big feelings, big reactions and big meltdowns. Why do toddlers get overwhelmed so easily? Why do the smallest changes trigger the biggest tears? Are tantrums a sign of misbehavior? Or is this just part of development? Today I want to break down the science of toddler emotions, the myths that confuse parents, and what actually helps your child feel safe, understood, and calmer over time. No judgment, no labels, just for clarity, compassion, and evidence-backed tools you can use right away. I bet no one has told you exactly why your toddler is struggling with emotions. You will win half the battle just by understanding what is going on. Let me explain. Your toddler is not being difficult. Their brain is still under construction. Here's the science. Toddler's emotional brain is fully switched on. In toddlers, the amygdala, that is the part of the brain that reacts to fear, excitement, frustration, and also feelings, is highly active. They feel everything intensely, and that emotional center is working at full power. But that part that regulates those feelings is still developing. That is the prefrontal cortex, which helps with impulse control, patience, planning, and calming down, is one of the slowest areas of the brain to mature. It won't fully develop until the child is mid-20s. This means toddlers have very reactive emotional circuits and very weak regulatory circuits. They feel emotions at full intensity but do not yet have the tools to manage them. A tiny disappointment can feel overwhelming. A small change in plan can feel confusing. Waiting for just 1 minute feels like waiting forever. Sharing feels like giving away something precious. That's why they don't like to give away toys. None of this is misbehavior. It's simply a young brain trying to make sense of very big world without the regulation tools it will develop later. Now that you have understood the science behind it, let's talk about what triggers these big toddler emotions. Do you want to know a sure short way to prevent 50% of your toddler's meltdowns? What if I teach you how you can anticipate it and prevent it before it even happens? But I must warn you, this will take a little bit of detective work. The first step is going to be to identify the triggers that lead to a meltdown. For this, I recommend that you record the events in an emotion journal. Maintain an emotion journal. Think about the activities that have led to the meltdown and make a note. What happened just before the meltdown, like activities, transitions, noises, etc. Where did it occur? What was present? Who was present? What was the time of the day? How was the child's sleep or feeding prior to it, etc. You will soon start seeing patterns which will help you identify the triggers. These will be the situations that they are so intense for your child that the child's neural pathways cannot handle. Triggers usually fall under 5 categories or even more. The first, let's say, is physical. These could be hunger, sleep, sickness, etc. The second is emotional. These could be feeling ignored or having separation anxiety, like that. The third category, you can call it as environmental. Loud noises, crowd, or even too much activity. And the fourth is social. This could involve something like sharing, taking turns, or being with unfamiliar people. And the fifth is transitions. These involve switching from their preferred to non-preferred activities. Try to identify which of these are triggering your child's meltdowns. When you know the triggers, you can prevent half the meltdowns even before they actually begin. Now that you have identified the triggers, don't you want to learn how to prevent a meltdown? I am going to teach you how to build regulation skills before the big feelings actually hit. Here are some small daily habits that prevent emotional overwhelm, not by controlling behavior, but by supporting a tiny, just developing nervous system. Predictable routines. Have predictable routines. Like toddlers feel calmer when the day has a basic rhythm. When they know roughly what comes next, like when they wake up, eat, play, nap, outing, their brain doesn't stay on high alert. Help in slow transitions. A toddler's brain doesn't switch gears quickly. Sudden change feels like being yanked out of a dream. That is why stop playing, let's go ends in tears. Gentle countdowns give the brain time to adjust. Then give them limited choices. Toddlers crave control, but too many options actually overwhelm them. Like small structured choices work better. Red cup or blue cup is much better than asking what do you want. Then snacks and naps are on time. Like hunger and fatigue is equal to meltdown, and it's a fuel. Minimize overstimulation, like too many toys, too many noises, or too many instructions overload the nervous system. One activity at a time keeps them grounded. These are small adjustments, but day after day, they reduce emotional explosions because they support the nervous system before it reaches a breaking point. Pick one to try this week. We would love to hear what difference you notice. Now that I have told you how to prevent 50% of the meltdowns, let me go on to tell you how to deal with the remaining 50%. But before we get into what actually works, it helps to look at a few common beliefs that don't match with what we now know how toddler brains develop. Having parented toddlers myself, I know each one of you must have heard all kinds of advice around your child and their behavior. But a lot of this guidance comes from a time before we truly have understood how the toddler brain develops. Let's look at some common myths with the science behind them. The myth 1. They are doing it for attention. Here's the truth. Toddlers don't manipulate. They actually don't know to manipulate. Their brain isn't mature enough for planned behavior like that. Crying, clinging, calling out. These are communication skills, not strategies. What they really want is connection and safety. A child who is heard becomes a child who learns to communicate. The second myth, comforting them will spoil them. In reality, comforting is not spoiling, it's wiring. When a parent comforts a distressed toddler, the child's nervous system settles. This calm is stored as a pattern in the brain. Over a period of time, they learn to recreate that calm on their own. This is called co-regulation, which forms the foundation for self-regulation. Now the third myth, they should know better by now. Really? Toddlers feel everything, but they can't yet manage those feelings. They don't have internal strategies. There is no pause, no filter, no slowing the emotional rush. The tiny moment can overwhelm their still developing capacity to cope. So when someone says they should know better, remember, they are not refusing to behave. They simply don't yet have the internal tools to handle big feelings on their own. They rely on you as their calm anchor, and over time, the calm you lend becomes the calm they learn to create. The fourth myth is tantrums mean something is wrong. Before we even talk about tantrums, let's say this clearly. It's hard, it's exhausting. Sometimes it feels personal. A tantrum is not a reflection of your parenting. That's one more thing you must know. It's a reflection of your child's developing nervous system. Toddlers don't yet have the pathways that help them regulate big feelings. So a meltdown is their brain learning, building circuits, practicing recovery, strengthening its ability to return to balance. You've definitely heard at least one of these. Tell us which ones in the comments. Here's something most parents don't get told. During a meltdown, your child's thinking brain is actually off, completely offline. So in that moment, explanations don't work. Logic won't land. Stop crying makes it worse. They are not being difficult. Their brain is still learning how to cope. So how does that help? Let's make this practical. First, you stay calm. Your child is borrowing your nervous system. If you are staying steady, your child settles faster. Get low and get close, like sit on the floor, crouch, or gently hold their hand if they allow it. Name the feeling. Oh, you're sad because your playtime is over. Naming helps the brain understand instead of drown. Keep your voice soft. A soft voice signals safety. Don't yell at the child. Offer comfort, not control. Try to stop a meltdown usually backfires. So never try to stop a meltdown, because trying to stop a meltdown usually backfires. Let your calm nervous system settle theirs. Even with all this support, meltdowns will still happen, and that's okay. You must remember that. Here's the part most parents miss. The real learning happens after the meltdown, not during the meltdown. When the storm has passed and your toddler is calm, their brain becomes open and ready to understand what happened, what actually happened. Try simple phrases like, "You were really upset earlier and I'm proud of you for calming down." Or say something like, "Next time you can tell me if you need help." Or you can even say, "Your feelings were big, but you're safe now. It's okay to feel angry, I'm here for you." These reflections help your child make sense of the feeling, name it, understand it passes, and learn they can return to calm. A small repair, a cuddle, water, or sitting together tells them. Most tantrums are 100% normal. But let me tell you what does not fall with typical development. Meltdowns which are more than 20 to 30 minutes, hurting self or others, major difficulty with transitions, very limited eye contact, low response to comfort, loss of previous skills, and appetite or sleep disturbances, and no gestures or pointing by 2 years of age. These are not diagnoses, just signs your pediatrician or developmental specialist can help clarify. Your toddler is not giving you a hard time. They are having a hard time, not you. Emotional regulation is a skill, just like walking or speaking or dancing. It grows with support, not pressure. Your calm presence, your routines, your patience, they shape the emotional world more than what you know. I'm Dr. Madhvi and this is Kavach. Stay with us this week as we explore tantrums, transitions, and toddler emotions with practical, evidence-backed tips every parent can use.